Chakshushpa. 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 Agnesi. After Agne, one yes mark. Agnesi. Indu neer beku. Chakshur me pahi. Chakshushpa Agnesi Chakshur me pahi. Indo neer beku churu. Yajurveda 2.16. Yajurveda 2.16. Chakshushpa Agnesi. When I split this Agnesi, it is Agne Asi. Agne Asi, Agnesi. Chakshur me, Chakshuhu me, Pahi. One second, be on the line. Some call is coming. No. Chakshushpa Agnesi Chakshur me Pahi. Chakshu, Chakshing Darshane. Papa Rakshane. Same thing. Chakshur me Pahi. Agne Agigato. Agni is in vocative case. O Agni. The one who leads us. O the leader. Chakshushpasi, you are the protector of our eyes. Krishnana Bandiradale, Paktale. You are the protector of our Chakshu eyes. Me Chakshu Pahi, you protect my eyes. That's the straight meaning. But here, Chakshu doesn't mean this physical eyes. Because it's very limited in its sense. Actually, it's Chakshing Darshane, that is, it is our vision. Vision is not always physical. It is physical as well as spiritual. So it's vision. You are the protector of our visions. Please protect my vision. My perspective, my outlook, the way I look at the world, the way I look at in me. How important it is to look at the world and understand it need not be explained. The way we look at the world makes us how we react to the world, what we take from the world, what we give to the world. Everything changes. So that vision has to be protected, that outlook has to be protected, that perspective has to be protected. And who can protect it? It is Chakshushpa. That is Satyananda, Agne. That Agne, that Chakshushpa is capable of protecting our visions. Provided, that this is very important, provided the vision what we have got is the right vision, is the broadest vision. It is not broad, but if it is selfish, that vision cannot be protected. At one point of time or the other, it shatters down. Only broad vision can be stable and continue for long. Narrow visions keep on changing because our goals and aims will change frequently because they're selfish. Once it is achieved, or once we know that it cannot be achieved, we shift. But broad visions are not like that. Broad visions remain the same always. It's as good as they being protected. So here in this prayer of asking Agni, the one who protects our visions, to protect my vision, is as good as that. I'll have such vision which shall not change. Will be the broadest. Now the one vision which works always and in any circumstance is the positive vision, the positive outlook. Negative outlook always disturbs us, now or tomorrow. But positive vision, positive thoughts, positive outlook will always yield benefit and welfare to us. Maybe a day later, that's a different issue. But it's sure to give us the benefits. It's beneficial. And such a vision will always be protected. How do you say it is protected? Because it always gives us the welfare and benefits. It's capable of giving it. Now, which is the right vision? The right vision, one I said, the broadest. How to understand broadest? The vision is said to be broadest. Number one, when the vision always looks at the truth. We have to visualize truth. We have to visualize facts. If I fail to visualize facts, if I fail to visualize the truth, I'm in trouble. Once again, what is truth? That is the same for all, at all times, at all places is truth. Truth cannot be changed by us. We are subject to truth. Truth is superior to us. Whatever the truth is, we have to accept it. I cannot mend with it. That is truth. This is one. That is truth. Now, to realize truth, we have got a big process. To realize truth, it is not an easy way. We have to work for it. We have to strive for it. Because what happens is, between me and the truth, there are so many of my samskaras. The impressions what I carry on my soul. All those impressions and samskaras work as a prejudice while I'm visualizing truth. It works as a limiting factor when I'm trying to realize truth. So all such impressions, all such samskaras have to be brushed aside. I cannot remove it entirely, brushed aside, and I have to look at the truth as it is. That is an exercise. That's an exercise which you have to do deliberately, consciously, continuously. The impressions will be there, but they are brushed aside, they are kept aside, and without their influence, without their intervention, I try to visualize the truth. Now that is the right vision. What I understand then, what I see then, what I visualize then, yes, that is the truth. And it is a search. It's a search for truth. And all these are in the process. It's a search for truth. Once we realize truth, that's ultimate. It never changes. If whatever I visualize it changes, it means I'm still not at the truth. Truth never changes. It is eternal, it is stable, it is strong. This human life is given to us to search for truth. And once we realize truth, without knowing, we follow truth. That's the beauty of it. That's the impact, that's the influence that realization of truth is having on us. We follow truth. And once you follow truth, yes, we become strong spiritually, we become pure spiritually. And that's the purpose of human life. Everything is linked. So where it starts? Chakshushpa, Agnesi, Chakshurme Pahi. From there it all starts. Now these samskaras, what I have got, of course, I put it aside and realized truth. And gradually, these samskaras are to be mutated, changed. What is good has to be encouraged and expanded. What is bad has to be gradually thrown out. It's a process. This process goes on parallelly with this realization truth. More and more I realize truth, I get the capacity to manage these samskaras more and more. I become more and more efficient in handling them. The outlook, the way we look at the life itself is the core of our very life. If you look at it wrongly, the whole world appears wrong. If you look at it rightly, the whole world looks upright. One beautiful story is there in Mahabharata. Once, Drona, the teacher of Pandavas and Kauravas, once asked Kaurava, that is Suyodhana and Dharmaraya, to wander out, to go out and see the world for a day or two and come back and report what they have observed. Okay, both wander, go here and there and observe everything and come back. Oh, he asks Suyodhana, how is the world? He says, it's the dirtiest world I have seen, the bad world I have seen. Everyone is a cheat, everyone is a horrible fellow, everyone is cruel. It's all nonsense what I have been seeing. Oh, it is really not worthy living. And as Dharmaraya. Then he says, it's a wonderful world to live. There are great people who are with humanity and other things. They love each other, they cooperate, it's a coexistence. It's a wonderful thing. Both are in the same places, both are in the same society. But how they have perceived differently. Is it a problem with the world? No, there is no problem with the world is as it is. But the perception, the vision with which they have gone. The samskara of Suyodhana is like that. He always looks at the negative things. This is a negative approach. Whereas Dharmaraya has a positive approach and he can see all good things in the society. It's not that there were nothing wrong, there were nothing untoward, there were nothing bad. It was there, but his vision was to search for something good. So he observed the world as a good place to live in. Whereas one who went out with a negative thought, with a negative approach, with all prejudices, that's his temperament. He could see the whole world as something unworthy, something bad. So the problem is not in the world, the problem is with the person who saw it. In their perspective, in their vision, something was wrong. So that vision, the way we look at the world itself is very important. World is neither good nor bad. It appears good if my vision is good. It appears bad if my vision is bad. This is one very important thing that we have to understand. Even when we visualize that the whole world is good, it's not that there is nothing bad. There are certain things, but they become manageable if my vision is good. It's not that the world is bad always if I look at it from the wrong angle. There are good things. But those good things, unless I observe and recognize, things will not work out. I'll always be depressed. I'll always feel that this world is bad and bad and bad. So what's the way out? One Subhashita is there, which is based on the Vedic thought. It says, Paraguna Paramanun Parvati Kritya Nija Hridi Vikasati Santis Santah Kiyantah. Paraguna Paramanun Parvati Kritya. Nija hridi vikasati santi santah kiyantaha. Kiyantaha santaha santi. How many noble people are there? Who paraguna paramanon parvati kritya. Even it's a small element of goodness in somebody, they appreciate it, they recognize it, and make big of it. Parvati kritya. That's a santa. That's a noble man. They recognize the goodness of all, irrespective of its proportion. But for a common man, the proportion has to be quite big to recognize that it is good. But for a santa, it's not so. Even if it's a very small thing, when it's a speck of goodness, immediately he recognizes, oh, this is good, how wonderful it is. Or the effect of it. Effect is wonderful. When we recognize the goodness of some person, recognize it and say it very clearly. Yes, every person internally wants recognition. We are all short of recognitions. So that is recognized, then this person, oh, they have recognized this, so I want more recognition, and whatever goodness is there, he tries to improve it. It has to develop it. So gradually, that small thing becomes big later. Because of their effort, and they are after recognition. Okay, the starting point is recognition, fine. But once that recognition increases, once they become more and more good, more and more positive things improve in them, at one point of time, we get detached to that recognition also. They say, oh, I'm getting a lot of things from my good things. And recognition is meager. Overcome it. But the starting point, the starting attracting point is that recognition. Even if it is small, it doesn't matter. Recognize it and make it big. It appears it's a bit exaggeration. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter. The purpose of doing it is to see that the person improves it, develops it, grows it. Paraguna paramanun parvati kritya nija hridi vikasati. So wholeheartedly they enjoy it. They blow it, maybe a little out of proportion, doesn't matter. Santi santa kiyantaha. Kiyantaha santaha santi. Like this, how many noble people are able to find it? Let us be that. Let us be that. So our vision, let it be positive, let it be broad-minded, let it be non-selfish, and for the welfare of the whole world. And recognize such a thing wherever it is, even though the proportion is very less, doesn't matter. We shall recognize it. And that is an encouragement that we are giving to that. Oh, I recognize you. Very good, you have got this. Fine, that will get repeated and gets growing. That's excellent. That's our contribution to the world. So different ways of looking at things. If we look at the world and things positively, we can live in a positive environment. We can create it. We can improvise. But if we're always negative in approach, negative in our thoughts, negative in our vision, not only that negativity increases externally, we also become negative internally. We lose our confidence. We see that the whole world is bad to live in, and we lose all the enthusiasm to live in this world. Chakshushpa Agnesi Chakshurme Pahi. You please protect my visions. You please protect my outlook. You please protect my way of looking at things, perspectives. A positive thought, a positive approach can even change the negativity. That has got that power. So to understand that power and do it. Truth is to be recognized anywhere. You're truthful, you're honest, thank you. Anyone, anywhere. And helps them to again do it again and again, get recognized. That is how it spreads. The positivity spreads. Though it starts from recognition. Doesn't matter. These are some very good guidelines and hints for improvising the quality of our life, quality of this life of the society. And this is Veda. This is Veda. Next. Yajna. Namaschate. Yajna namaschate. Yajna. Yajadeva puja sangati karanadaneshu. That's the root. Namaha chate. Namaschate. Namaha nama prahvatve. Nama prahvatve. Prahvatve. Ha and va. Half consonant. Ha and va. Prahvatve. Prahvata is benevolence, humility. Here, Yajna is the very name of Satyananda. Satyananda also has got one name called Yajna. Yajna is the best deeds. The one who has did the best deeds in the universe is nothing but the Satyananda. That's creation of this whole world. So Satyananda too is called as Yajna. O Yajna, Namaschate. I surrender to you, I pray to you, I obey you. I shall be benevolent. So it's not just words. Whatever the Yajna has created, the best things in it I observe. It's all the best what it has done. Another Veda mantra is that I have taught already. Bhadra Indrasya Ratayaha. Bhadra Indrasya Ratayaha. What all have been gifted by God, they are all auspicious. That is Yajna. ಹಾಕಿದ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಎ ಟು ಮೀಕ್ ಅದೊಂಚೂರು ಹಾಲು ಈಗ ಯಾವ್ದೊಂದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬೆಕ್ಕು ಕೂಗ್ತದೆ ನಮ್ಮನೆ ಹತ್ರ. So, oh God, we shall be benevolent, obedient. So how do we show our benevolence and obedience? Yes, by understanding the laws, the systems of the creation and being in tune with it. To realize truths and being in tune with it. Only when I am benevolent, only when I am submissive, this can happen. If I am adamant, I cannot do it. I will not be able to understand what it is at all because I am adamant and egoistic. Namaha is opposite of it. So I shall be calm, peaceful, submissive, benevolent, understand what is going on, and tune my life to it. Yajna Namaste.
Sharma ji.
Yes, please.
Bhadra is Bhadi Kalyane.
Yes, exactly. You're right.
And Ratayah is Radhane.
Perfectly right.
Thank you.
Glad you remember all those things on your fingertips.
No. I have the mantra. It's Bhadra Indrasya Ratayah is Rigveda 8:62:1, but I didn't write the.
That's the one I'm referring to. Yes. And this one, Yajna Namaschate, is Yajurveda 2.19. Hakriya Halyadar. Yajna Namaschate, that is Yajurveda 2.19. So just praising Yajna, but understanding and putting into practice is more important. So we shall do it. We shall do it wholeheartedly. We shall obey those systems. We shall understand those systems and put it into practice. Let not my adamancy, let not my ego come in the way. If it comes in the way, the whole thing gets disturbed. And finally, I am the one who is put into trouble. I follow it, yes, I am the one who will be benefited. Yajna namaschate. Continuing it, it's there, the same mantra, 2.19. Yajnasya shive samtishthasva. Yajnasya shive samtishthasva. Yajnasya shive samtishthasva. Same. Yajurveda 2.19. Yajnasya shive. Shiva is Shivu Kalyane. Shivu Kalyane. Welfare giving, auspicious. So in that auspicious yajna, samtishthasva, be well footed. Be well bound in that. Some means in all respects, in the best way, tishtha, sthagati nivruttav. Be well founded in the auspicious yajna. Because that's the only resort we have. Any other thing which is not an yajna, today or tomorrow it is going to cause trouble. Yajna is the only one which is welfare giving and auspicious, and no problems are there. Converse is also true. If you face some problems, what we are doing is not yajna. So I have to revise it, we have to review it. The result of yajna is always auspicious, welfare and wonderful. When you get that result, yes, what we have done is yajna. When you do yajna, we get that result. Either way, it's fine. It's not that I have performed a yajna and the result is not good. Such a thing is not there. Either what I have done is not yajna, or I am not able to visualize the welfare or the good thing that has come out. Because my vision is not right. It's distorted. So we take care of the vision, we do good jobs, wholeheartedly, and finally reap the benefits. What are those benefits? Shive, santishthasva, make me well founded in those results, in that which is auspicious and good. Welfare giving. Yajnasya shive samtishthasva. Let me have a firm foot in that. It is a firm foot. Being in yajna, being in the yajna mode is definitely a well-footed thing. No problems at all. Next one, Yajurveda 2.21. 2.21. Vedosi. 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 Vedaha asi. Spirit. Vedaha asi. Asi is in the Madhyama Purusha, the second person. Ekavachana. You are Veda. You are Veda. Now here Veda is Vidignane, Vidillalabhe, Vidivicharane, Vidisattayam. You can take all the four or anyone, doesn't matter. You are the one who has the potential to be knowledgeable. Vedaha asi. Has the potential to know things. You have the potential to think, has the potential to visualize and be benefited. Vidula Labha is also there. To analyze, to think, to review. Vidivicharane. And it's all in you with the Sattayam. Satta is to be. You are that. Vedaha Asi. Now this piece of the Veda mantra, that is Yajurveda 2.21, is generally employed in Namakarana Samskara. In Namakarana Samskara, naming ceremony, or maybe christening, there it is used. It is a small infant on the lap of the mother and the father. Now this is an occasion where we are going to name it. Naming ceremony. Now here, the parents speak out in the ear of the child. Symbolic, symbolic. They speak into the ear of the child. First, you are Vedosi, Vedosi, Vedosi. Then they speak of another name. Now this Vedosi is a general name for all human beings. We are all people who have got that capacity to think, capacity to analyze. We have got such an instrument. Sharir Indriya Manas is capable of doing that. So Vedosi, every human being is Vedosi. That's the general name they give. Vedosi, Vedosi, Vedosi. They chant it in the ears of the child. Now, how far the child understands? That's a question. It cannot acknowledge that it has understood, but it is capable of grasping. Not at that point, even while it is in the womb of the mother, around the 6th month. Around the 6th month, the brain cells develop and start working, and in the womb of the mother itself, it is capable of grasping. This has been experimented and found out. Whatever we have discussed, whatever impression that is carried on at that point of time will be visible at a later period, not then and there. Because it fails to express it. Expression is a problem. So once it starts expressing, it expresses all those things which it would have grasped even earlier that we observe. So it would have observed all those things, it would have grasped all those things, but the question of acknowledgement and saying that I have observed it, it happens a little later. But it refers to all such previous experiences and observations. And once the brain cells start working, yes, grasping and understanding starts. That's by the 6th month. That's science. So grasping starts earlier, acknowledging and expressing it happens a little later, that's all. So now, even though we are chanting this into the ears of the infant, it would have grasped it, but it will express a little later. Vedosi, Vedosi, Vedosi. It's a general name to all children. Then a specific name is also required. If a specific is not there, then we are not able to identify that one particular person's trait. We need something which is specific to that person only. That name will be given next. Now this whole process, what goes on here, has been very wonderfully explained in one of the Veda mantras, which I'll be doing here in the next class. Namakarana Samskara. One very important mantra in the Namakarana Samskara. It discusses so many dimensions of this Namakarana Samskara and other things that we'll discuss. Keeping that pending, now this Vedosi is a general nomenclature given to all human beings. You are Vedosi, I am Vedosi, everyone is Veda, 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 Veda. But when you give it as a name, it cannot work because it's not specific. Everybody is Veda. If I call Veda, who will come? Everybody will come. It's not that I want a particular person to come. So we need a specific name for every person, a specific, which is their own. So when I call them, they only has to come. Okay, that name will be given next to Vedosi. Vedosi is general. Then we give a specific name And we have got a reason for giving that specific name, and with that name, we give the completely Namakarana Samskara. So once that Namakarana Samskara is over, yes, we recognize that person with that specific name. Vedosi is general for every one of us. Every one of us, Vedaha Asi is a common thing. It is like a surname to all human beings. All human beings have a surname, Vedaha. The surname, what we see now, the second or the last name, whatever you call it, it is all a later thing. One thing which is common to all human beings, we all belong to one clan, we belong to one group, and that is Vedaha. That is our family. Vedaha Asi. So first that is chanted into the ears of the child, and later we give a specific name immediately, and that we use regularly, and over a period the child links itself to that name and says, oh, this name is mine, so I am this. And gradually the whole thing will start. So whenever we call it by that, it turns around. Response. Vedaha is common for all. The one who gives the name is also Vedaha, the one takes the name is also Vedaha, and every one of us is Vedaha. That is our common name. Vedaha Asi. We'll understand the importance of it only when we understand both the common name and the specific name, the particular name. Vedaha Asi, Yajurveda 2.21. Next one. Kastva vimunchati. Kastva vimunchati. Yajurveda 2.23. Kastva vimunchati. Same mantra, one more sentence is Sattva vimunchati. Kastva vimunchati. Sattva vimunchati. There is a question and there is an answer. Kastva vimunchati. This is Yajurveda 2.23. Sattva vimunchati. Vimunchati, vi plus munchati, muchulr mochane. Muchulr, chulr, muchulr mochane. Muchulr mochane. Who will release you from the bondages? Kaha tva vimunchati. Who will release you from all the bondages? Sattva vimunchati. He will release you from all the bondages. Kastva vimunchati. Sattva vimunchati. Yajurveda 2.23. Now the answer is known to you. Who is that Sa? Satyananda. That is the only power which is capable of releasing us from our bondages. What is that bondage? Two levels we can see it. Bondage of this birth and death cycle. It is only that which is capable of releasing us from this bondage, from this circle of the cycle of birth and death, and place us in a state of bliss and peace for a long time. And that is what is called as moksha, a state where we are released, a released state, a state where there is no bondage. That's moksha. Mukti, mukti also root is the same. Muchulra mochane. Salvation, call it by any name. Ultimately, it is defined as being out of this birth and death cycle for a long period. Being out of this birth and death cycle for a long period is called as moksha. Who is capable of getting you that? Sattva vimunchati. It is that Satchidananda which can give that. It's not that it comes and meets every person. Okay, you want it, take it. Tathastu, tathastu. It is not like that. There's already established a system which works. So if you understand the system and work according to the system, automatically we get released from this bondage. But in Puranas, it's a different issue. They say, okay, you pray, do tapas, do this, do that, and finally God will appear before you. And you ask for moksha, he says, tathastu, you are on to moksha. Now, such a thing will not happen. That's all a story. That's all fiction. The reality is that God has shown the paths to get ourselves released. And if you follow the path, yes, the result will follow automatically. As long as you don't follow that system, yes, you are bound is birth and death cycle. This is one level of understanding the bondage, the bindings. The other level is in one life. Okay, it's birth and death cycle, I am into one life. And this one life, I know very clearly this is not going to be eternal. I am born and one day I am going to die. So what is death? Death can be very clearly understood as cutting down of all bondages, all relationships with men, material, place, everything. It will all be cut down in one stroke. Nothing is there. I'm alone. And my relationship with God, that Satchidananda alone, is the one that exists in all lives. But for that, all other relationships will get severed in a flash. And that is death. So, kastva vimunchati. Who is the one who will sever all these relationships? With reference to one's life, I'm telling. Sattva vimunchati. He will do it. That is that Satchidananda. How will he do it? He has got one wonderful process. What is that process? Death. Mrityu. Mrityu is the process. So when that Mrityu arrives, the job is done. All bondages are gone. So such a person who handles all these things, who is responsible for taking us from one life to another through death, which is imminent, which I cannot avoid, which I cannot escape. Such a power is called as Yama. And the Veda mantra says elsewhere, Yamo mahyam punaritva dadati. Yamo mahyam punaritva dadati. Tasmai yamaya namostum mrutyave. O death, you are sent to me again and again by that Yama. Don't imagine our Puranic Yama sitting on a buffalo with maize and pasha and other things. No. Black, hefty person, they are all imaginations. Yama is that Satchidananda, which is formless. It has established such a system that every time I take birth, through death, I get myself shifted to a new environment, new framework. I pass on and on. Yamo mahyam punaritva dadati, gives me you, that is the death, again and again and again. It's not once. We are born several times, we were dead several times. Yeah, this is one in that chain. We are born and we are to die once again. Once again we may be born, once again. That's a birth and death cycle. So in one span, if I am to get released from the bondages, who will do it? Sattva vimunchati. Sattva vimunchati. He will release us from all the bondages. Now here we have got a wonderful question to answer ourselves. Anyhow, these bondages and relationships are going to get severed, get cut. If not today, tomorrow. If not tomorrow, day after tomorrow. So how should be our relationships? How should be our bondages? That's a very important question we have to answer ourselves. More the bondages, more strong the bondages, More tough it will be when it is severed. More we are attached, when we are pulled out, more will be the pain. But relationships are necessary. I cannot avoid it. Relationship with people, with men, with material, so many things. It's a must. Okay, have it. But don't be too stuck to it. Don't bind yourself too hard to these things. How much is necessary? Maintain that balance. So when we are to shut down all these relationships, things will be easy for us. Because we are not at all attached. We are attached only externally. Internally, we are very clear. So life becomes easy. Death also becomes the easier one. More we bind ourselves, more we get attached to these men and materials. While living also it is a problem. And death is more a problem. Because we have bound ourselves. I have told several times the words what the Vedas use for that. To bind ourselves to these with iron shackles. That's the word what is. Ayasmayan, bandhapashan. Ayasma is steel, shackles of steel. We bind ourselves with shackles of steel. So while cutting, while severing, it's a tough job. It's very painful. Have it as though it is attached but internally detached. Attachment in detachment or detachment in attachment, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Now when it is severed, it becomes so easy and painless. Death also becomes as a celebration. So wonderful sentence. To take death as a celebration is the greatest achievement that you can do in human life. It's not easy. It's not easy. We have to work for it. So someone said, what is life? Life is preparing for death. What death? It's not just a death. Preparing for a painless, happy, celebrative death. To prepare for it is life. Maybe 8 years, 100 years, doesn't matter. Kastva vimunchati. Who releases? Someone will definitely release. That energy will definitely release. Be ready for it. Don't say will not come. Even if you say nobody is there to listen to it. You have to go. When the time comes and you say, your station has come, get on. Yes, we have to alight. Over. We have no choice at all. So be prepared. Be prepared for it. As long as you are here, enjoy life, do good things, prepare for it. Let the relationships be wonderful, humane, beautiful. Don't make it too tight. Don't make it too glued. Let it be there. Relationships are there. Yes, we respect it. But all these relationships are temporary. Understand it very clearly. It's not for eternity. It's not for eternity. Let us not worry about it also, because it's a fact. Whether I worry or I don't worry, it doesn't matter at all. It happens. It happens. It's the fact. Identity is the fact. Recognize the fact. Compromise with it. Be happy. We'll cross it when the bridge comes. When it comes, we'll say goodbye and go. Fine. Let us not cry. And also instruct others also not to cry. It's part of life. It's part of life. We are on this stage. One day we go off stage. Let us bid adieu. Let us say, okay, bye. Happy journey for the next life. See, that's the way we have to take death. And that is, we have been released very comfortably, very peacefully, without pain. So who can do that? Kasva vimunchati, sattva vimunchati. Provided we understand what the lessons that has taught us. To understand the lessons taught by that, yes, he is capable of, that power, Satchanda is capable of releasing us from the bondages so easily, painlessly. Not only painlessly, but in an enjoyable way. We discussed about it several times. If we have led our life well, yes, we are not afraid of death. So we'll be happy for getting released. Because we have led a very good life here, and we are assured of a better life next. We are not at all afraid, no anxiety, no tension, no suspense. But if we have led our life, this life, horribly, haphazardly, yes, definitely we are afraid of things because we don't know what happens in the future. I have led such a horrible life. What is going to happen next? I don't know, but I have to quit. I have to go. I cannot stay here even a second more. Fraction of a second more. Why second? Even fraction of a second, I cannot live here. I will not be given. So I'm anxious, tense. But if you're on the right track, know things as they are, understand them, practice them, have all relationships in a good condition, but not attach it too much. Yes, things are wonderful. Life is wonderful. Life is enjoyable, and death becomes a celebration. Of course, what is this death? I'm moving from one frame to another frame. What happens? Now here in this life, I had a machinery given to me for my working. But this machine has become too old, non-functional. I don't need to change my quarters. From this life to next life, I'm starting with a new, brand new, fresh machinery. Is it a thing to be happy about? Is it a thing to cry about? It's really a thing to be happy about. I'm getting a new brand new, fresh machinery to continue my endeavor, to continue my process further. Old machine is left back. Fine. This has to go one day. This has to stop working one day. This becomes non-functional one day. Yes, because it's a machine. Throw it out, get a new machine. I'm happy. Generally, when I go for lecture, I ask children this question. Okay, you have a beautiful dress, very old, torn. Now I get you a new dress. Are you happy or not happy? Every child is, oh, we are very happy, very happy. Okay, wonderful. I ask the elders. Okay, you're living in a house, a very old house, dilapidated. The bricks, cracks, everything is falling on your head. You are in such a old building. Now somebody comes. Hey, why you are living in such an old building? There's a new, fresh bungalow there. You shift over there. And they give the keys of it. Are you happy or not happy? They say, we'll be very happy. That's what is happening here. You are throwing out the worn out body and getting a new body. Should you be happy or should you cry? Oh, now they start thinking. See, that's the thing what is happening. When you change from old to new, an old dilapidated one to one that is fresh and functional, we should be happy. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to cry about. And that understanding and that celebration when you're shifting over is the real release. That's munchati. That's the release from the bondage. If I still bind myself to the old house, which is falling on my head, or the old clothes which are torn, worn, that is bondage. Whether I want it or not, that bondage will be severed one day. Be prepared for it and enjoy it. It becomes a celebration. Nothing wrong here. Yes, relationships are there. They are going to end one day. Yes, it has ended up. Yes, I'm moving on. This very understanding of things rightly itself makes all my relationships and bondages so light. So light. And who has given this knowledge? He. That great power Satchidananda has given this process, has given this knowledge, and understanding itself will make everything free. Vimunchati. Kastva vimunchati, sattva vimunchati. That is the one which releases, that is the one which has given all the understanding to me. That is the one which has told me the process of releasing easily and celebrating it. Sattva vimanchati. I'm grateful for that. So I know very clearly the one who is really releasing me from the bondages is that Sachidananda. Through guidance, through processes, and through the process of birth and death cycle. It is that which is responsible for it. Kastva vimunchati, sattva vimunchati. That is the only one which is doing it. The only thing on our part is to realize it, to understand it, and practice it. And to take it to our heart. And understand that all these relationships are there, they are 100% real, and all these real relationships with men and material will one day cease. And we are prepared for it. The whole beauty of it is, when it will cease is a suspense. That's the thing. Death is uncertain with regard to when it will happen. But regarding its happening, it is 100% certain. Death is certain, when is uncertain. So every moment that is available to me is so precious, so precious. Let me enjoy those relations with men and materials at the moment. Don't worry about the next moment, because you are not sure about it. The next moment could be the last moment. We don't know. I'm talking to you today. Today we had a wonderful class. Fine. Day after tomorrow, I may be there, I may not be there. The class may be there, may not be there. That's the uncertainty of life. So when I give you a call, maybe somebody says, no, Sudhakara Sharma expired yesterday itself. It happens. Don't get amazed. Don't get amazed. It's normal. It's normal. Any moment we may die. Any moment we may sever all these relationships. But the whole thing is what we have been doing when we had all these relationships and bindings. That's the thing. What we did is more important than living it out and getting to the next shift. So every moment becomes precious, because every moment is wonderful. I have got this moment, I have got another moment, I have got one day, wonderful. Which is the last moment, we don't know. But it is going to come. So let me not worry about which is going to come certainly, but make the best use of what is available every day, every moment. So the seriousness of living, the seriousness of doing things in every moment becomes important, becomes the focus. When I understand kastva vimunchati, sattva vimunchati. When I understand this rightly, we understand the value of every moment and day, and do the best to what I can do with all my relationships, with all these bindings. They are there, they are not there. I am doing, but I am not attached to it. So that is the condition, that is the state we have to get into. And the whole life becomes easy, and death becomes a celebration. Sambhrama, death is a sambhrama. Sambhrama is celebration. It's a festival. It's a festival. As you enjoy a festival, as you celebrate an occasion, yes, we celebrate death also. We are not crying, we are not worried, we are not tensed. Provided we make the best use of every moment that was given to us. That's the precondition, prerequisite. There are a lot many things to discuss and understand and analyze. Let us spend some time every day, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and ponder over all these things and get them into us. Okay, thank you for the day. Namaste.
Dhanyawada.
Dhanyawada.